Good morning, everybody. It's Daybreak at iFiber One News Radio. We are diving on deep to a great conversation that we have weekly here with the Port of Shelton and Wendy Smith and Dick Taylor are on the air. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well. How are you guys doing?
Super.
Great.
So tell me a little bit about what you thought on Oysterfest, what you heard from folks, and they were up there renting space at the old decommissioned runway there at the Port of Shelton.
Well, what I heard from my contacts is it was a super event.
Yeah.
I don't know what the head count was, but I know that some of the groups they all made money.
Oh yeah.
So and there were good crowds, and when I was out there, it was a good crowd. So and everybody's having a good time as they always do.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
It's a fun time, and it's a happy time.
One of the things that I was just not super aware of, the RV reservations were up 20 or 30% this year, something like that.
Yeah.
But just that kind of subculture that is around Oysterfest the whole weekend. These people come in. We went and dropped off our banners on Thursday at noon, and there was a line waiting for them to come in.
Right.
Just amazing.
I saw the line too. I went walking and I just went, whoa, and they were lined up waiting to get in all down the road.
People couldn't wait.
Yeah.
And you know, cool. when you work a booth there, over the years, you see the same people, the same groups of people that come through all the time. It is like a family affair.
They have special shirts that
there's a real cult, I think you said. Cult-like nature to some of this stuff. Yeah.
It's really cool, and well, just a great way that it's able to give back to the community and help all the nonprofits. And, of course, you guys and your work crews did a masterful job getting stuff ready, and everything looked well. And I talked with a lot of the chairs before the event, and they said working with you guys was great again. And
well, of course it is.
What I've seen evolve over the time I've been with the Port, 7 years now of Oysterfest, and really the difference now is it's pretty seamless with us. I mean, we used to have meetings upon meetings for months on end to, kind of work out logistics. And then when they actually moved in, and I was commenting on Thursday and Friday how different it was, because it used to be phone call after phone call of this power just shut down, the water won't turn on, and, the crews were just running, and, everything just works. So.
Nice spotlight on the county, nice spotlight on the port properties for these tens of thousands of people that show up for this thing.
And, it's this year was a sad year. It was a happy year. It was a good crowd, but sad year in that Dick Altman died.
Yeah.
And Dick was, of course, the guy that started the whole thing.
Yeah.
So he left a real legacy to his community.
It was... it was a real good event. There was a lot of memorializations of that,
Dick.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
What else is going on with the port?
We're getting busy. It's funny, I was thinking on my way in this morning that as summer kind of wraps out, and always Oysterfest is kind of a last big event that happens, we start to see, kind of quieter times. The inactive runway isn't used like it is all summer. But in the same regard, we see some tenants ramp up, and that's, our greens tenants.
Companies.
And so Brothers is full swing right now. Brothers United there at Sanderson Field. And then Lynch Creek is getting going, the end of this month. They'll really ramp up in their season. So it's kind of fun, as the seasons change, to watch the different things that go on. But as far as Port itself, we're kind of heavy involved still in the Johns Prairie, the curb properties, and the big roof project on Building 2, which was just awesome. The roofing company just did a fantastic job out there. They've wrapped up their work. We're just waiting on some warranty paperwork, and so that's super exciting. And especially as Lynch Creek wraps up, or ramps up, I should say. The paving is all done. So that was another big part of that curb project. So all those just kind of, inching closer to being finalized. To the I guess, towards John's Prairie on that Fraser site, the other curb property, we just got our septic permit just a couple weeks ago. So Brandon's getting ready to put that out to bid. So that should be happening in the next couple months, probably before the year ends. We'll get that septic system in. The building plans are coming, and then that will go in for permit, and then that will be the next project. And so that's to wall off the big building out there. So We did bid on in the auction. There was an auction out there, and we bid on the office trailers, and were successfully the high bidder. And so we do have office space out there on that site.
Wow.
So for any interested, we have had definitely some interested parties that we'll get a hold of as that project kind of wraps up. But yeah, it's a site that's available. It'll be nice. It'll be just beautiful once things are, the walls are on and the septic's in. Yep. So that'll be
What are some amenities that a business would look at? Rail line or anything? Is that
there is rail out there, not adjacent to that site. Just the fact that it's industrial zoned, so it can be any kind of business. That site in particular has a security fence all the way around, so you can gate it, when you leave for the night or whatever. Now the office trailers, now it's going to have a septic all to its own, so those are huge. It has another building that is not currently slated to be walled, but it could be, that's over 11,000 square feet, so it could be used for storage or eventually walled in. Ideally for something like the structural steel, that kind of thing, because of the length of the building, the 24,000, I think it's 24.6. It's ideal for large, equipment or inventory, but it doesn't have to be that. It's just a good, shop
just
space
a nice
for, paved. The whole site is paved, which wasn't done by us. It was done, by Mason County Forest Products, Simpson, all the users prior. And so that's huge, a lot of sites, they're, muddy and gravel and that kind of thing. But just the fact that it's completely paved is big. So lots of amenities. And, of course, Port Property is a great place to be. Yeah. We offer cheaper, pretty inexpensive lease rates to where growing businesses can afford it. They can't be, they don't have the money to maybe pay a ton of, a cost on their leases, and so we can offer a
have
fair.
Like 8 employees for Port, including the staff and the work staff and things like that.
Right.
So there's not a lot of overhead that you pass along to folks.
No.
Okay. Wow, that's
sure.
cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And out there at Johns Ferry, it's at that site in particular, it's not an abandoned or an empty site. There are people there, so that's an advantage to another company coming in. They're not coming in to be the only person out there, kind of thing. And so they'll be in a community of an established facility. So
that's good.
Well, and right next door to Lynch Creek, and I mean those buildings just are awesome looking. The red paint and just everything's really, so there's hustle and bustle and good neighbors right next door. So that is definitely a good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, very nice. And anything else moving forward as we get through the rest of October?
So on the marina side, the biggest project that we're looking towards is the North Dock. We built those docks. We've moved them, mobilized them down to the marina itself. We haven't floated them and pushed them in there, and that's in itself, you got boathouses to deal with and all that. So that's a project that we're hoping to get done before the real stormy season comes. So, just things are just moving along and getting, we always a good time to remind tenants as the weather changes and gets cooler to, watch their, keep their temps up a little and keep
their water lines
dripping
wrapped and all that sort of thing.
Yep. So
very nice. Well, keep coming back with great news and more information. I know as we move closer towards the holidays, still a few months out, but you guys are right there on the front lines of that great holiday boat parade. So
you start out down there to bring us
up to date on when that's going to be and all that stuff. Very cool. All right, well, let's surface on out of here. Wendy Smith, Dick Taylor. It is the Port of Call here on iFiber One News Radio. Always nice talking with you guys.